안녕하십니까. 테슬라 주식일기입니다. 이제 며칠 뒤면 테슬라의 완전자율주행 베타 버전이 세상에 첫 선을 보입니다. 사실 일론 머스크가 완전자율주행을 출시하겠다고 한 지가 꽤 됐습니다. 타임라인이 계속 딜레이 되어 왔는데요. 그 때문에 미디어에서는 상당히 부정적인 보도가 많았습니다. 오늘 준비한 CNBC 영상도 상당히 부정적인 논조입니다. 아마 완전자율주행의 베타 버전에 대한 내용이 세상에 공개가 돼도 미디어들의 부정적인 보도는 쉽게 바뀌지 않을 것 같습니다. 그 때문에 테슬라의 주주분들이라면 미디어가 왜 이렇게 부정적으로 보도를 해왔는지 그 백그라운드에 대해서도 아시는 것도 도움이 될 것이라고 생각이 됩니다. 영상이 길어서 이번에도 1부와 2부 나눠서 준비를 했습니다. 그러면 CNBC 영상 시작하겠습니다. 참고로 CNBC 영상 왼쪽 상단에 날짜가 계속 나옵니다. 이 날짜들을 주목해서 보시면 도움이 될 것 같습니다.
If you buy a car that does not have the hardware necessary for full self-driving, it is like buying a horse.
Expect to be feature complete with self-driving sometime later this year. It'll be able to do basically anything just with software upgrades, which is pretty cool.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk has told investors that self-driving technology will one day turn his company into a juggernaut with a $500 billion market cap, and owners' vehicles will dramatically increase in value with autonomous capabilities.
The upgrading of the fleet to full self-driving, essentially with an over-the-air software update, may go down as the biggest asset value increase in history.
During a 2019 Autonomy Day, Musk said Tesla expected to have 1 million vehicles on the road by the end of 2020 that could function as robotaxis.
I feel very confident predicting autonomous robotaxis for Tesla next year.
But the timing of the release keeps changing.
I think we could see robotaxis in operation with the network fleet next year. Not in all markets, but in some.
Halfway through 2020, it's still unclear whether Musk's robotaxi dream will become a reality. And while Tesla's full self-driving features are loved by some, they're seen as unfit for public roadways by others.
It does have some features that mimic self-driving capability, but when compared to what people think of as a self-driving car, it does not have near the capabilities of a full self-driving vehicle.
At first, Tesla called its autonomous features autopilot, but through the years it segmented those features into products known as enhanced autopilot and full self-driving. Musk continues to insist that full self-driving is coming soon, but some experts disagree.
Fully driverless cars are something that is one of the hardest things humans have ever tried to take on.
We've even seen some reckless drivers who misinterpret the vehicle's capability. So it's very, very important that the consumers understand the limit of these systems, especially today, that these are driver assistance systems and they're not automation.
It's a big dream. It wasn't part of Tesla's thing that brought me there. It wasn't part of anything Tesla for a while, and it became the thing that Tesla does.
Tesla Autopilot is an assisted driving system. In industry parlance, we would call it an advanced safety system.
Autopilot is a level 2 driving system. It is not autonomous. It assists you with the basic tasks of driving under certain conditions.
It started in 2013 when Musk announced autopilot for the Model S.
When I first started at Tesla, autopilot was this very new concept for them. It was something that wasn't in their branding when I bought my car in 2012 at all. I've never felt that was a core part of Tesla, autopilot, but it has become that now.
Autopilot was announced by Elon Musk on a conference call about over-the-air update that they were going to do. And at the time, he said, we're going to have a system that allows you essentially to drive hands-free from San Francisco to Seattle.
In less than a year, you'll be able to go from highway on-ramp to highway exit without touching any controls.
By November 2015, Tesla was ramping up hiring for the autopilot team. In 2016, Tesla was promising all cars in production would include full self-driving hardware. 3 years later, at the company's first Autonomy Day presentation for shareholders, Tesla showcased a proprietary chip it designed to enable full self-driving that would be in all of its vehicles moving forward.
We expect to be feature complete in self-driving this year, sometime probably around, second quarter of next year.
Several other companies are working on driverless cars like Waymo, Cruise, and Zoox, but from the beginning, Tesla has taken a controversial approach.
They're a camera and radar-based system, whereas all full self-driving vehicles that are offered by companies like Cruise Automation and Waymo are using a combination of laser sensors called LiDAR, radar, ultrasonic sensors, infrared sensors, cameras, and incredibly powerful compute platforms.
Tesla's sort of dead set on cameras for autopilot, and I don't know if they can do it.
The main reason for this is the high cost of LiDAR, which Musk has repeatedly denounced.
Anyone relying on LiDAR is doomed. Expensive sensors that are unnecessary.
Tesla says it collects data from the thousands of vehicles and drivers out on the road today and uses this to train the software behind its autopilot and full self-driving features.
They will be so much further ahead than any other company because they have 1 million cars on the road day in and day out, potentially doing autopilot, and all that data is just being consumed into the system.
New features roll out through Tesla's pioneering over-the-air updates.
You wake up in the morning and you turn your car on, you go to work, and the car has new features.
Autopilot initially used to only be in one lane. And then with an over-the-air update, essentially now you had navigate on autopilot where it will literally change lanes for you and then even take the exit for you.
Their idea is that these problems are solvable, and they're solvable through incremental software updates.
Over the years, Tesla has switched up its driver assist features under the autopilot and full self-driving branding. As it currently stands, autopilot comes standard with every new Tesla that ships. Full self-driving, also known as FSD, which is still in development, is sold for $8,000. For now, it includes a few semi-autonomous capabilities such as automatic lane changing, auto parking, and summon. While the autopilot system can be engaged anywhere, it's primarily designed to operate on highways.
Turning autopilot on right now in an urban environment, it can be done. It may do okay, but it's not made to do that.
We're currently testing full self-driving software for intersections and city streets and narrow streets. I personally test the latest alpha build of full self-driving software when I drive my car, and it is really, I think, profoundly better than people realize. It's like amazing. It's almost getting to the point where I can go from my house to work with no interventions, despite going through construction and widely varying situations.
Autopilot has become completely better from where it originally was even a year ago to where it's at now.
Despite its name, autopilot and the full self-driving features Tesla sells do not provide fully autonomous capabilities to its vehicles.
When Tesla released these features on their website, they put a banner up that said full self-driving capability and then a button order now. And, of course, when you click through these pages on their site, there is fine print that clarifies, of course, you need to keep your hands on the wheel at all times and also be paying attention, eyes on the road. The Federal Trade Commission Act in Section 5 protects consumers against unfair or deceptive practices like this, and it actually states that you cannot use fine print to correct potentially misleading headlines.
On July 14, a Munich court ruled that Tesla misled customers on the abilities of its automated driving systems. Tesla is now banned from using the language full potential for autonomous driving and autopilot inclusive in its marketing in Germany.
Of course, that doesn't apply in the US. The FTC seems to be giving them a break on that front.
The full self-driving add-on is a moneymaker for Tesla. Customers are paying for a product that isn't complete.
Yeah, complete version is already in the market for sale, even though the features are not available. He's great at turning consumers into investors as well.
In July 2016, Musk outlined why the company deployed partially complete autonomy features in its cars in his Tesla Master Plan Part 2. It says, when used correctly, it is already significantly safer than a person driving by themselves, and it would therefore be morally reprehensible to delay release simply for fear of bad press or some mercantile calculation of legal liability.
Tesla's approach to autonomy in general is different from the rest of the industry. They've taken an approach that is really based on profits while they work towards this goal of full autonomy.
앞에 여성분은 굉장히 비판적인 관점을 견지하셨지만 저는 이 사고를 예방하는 데 있어서 일론 머스크의 진심이 어느 정도는 있다고 생각이 됩니다. 테슬라는 테슬라 차량의 사고율과 관련한 자료를 임팩 리포트를 통해서 정기적으로 발표하고 있고 지난 배터리 데이에서도 일론 머스크는 관련한 정보를 직접 발표한 바가 있습니다. 관련 영상을 보시고 CNBC 뉴스 클립으로 다시 돌아오도록 하겠습니다. 한 가지만 미리 설명을 드리면 테슬라는 차량의 안전성을 패시브 세이프티와 액티브 세이프티로 나눠서 설명을 하고 있습니다. 사고가 났을 때 탑승자를 보호하는 것을 패시브 세이프티로 보고 있고 사고를 미연에 방지하는 것을 액티브 세이프티로 보고 있습니다. 물론 이 사고를 방지하는 액티브 세이프티에는 테슬라의 오토파일럿이 큰 역할을 하고 있습니다.
Tesla cars are the safest cars ever designed. We have the lowest probability of injury of any cars ever tested by the U.S. government, and that's just passive safety. When you add active safety into that, it's even better. If safety is important to you, which obviously it is, the safest car you could drive is a Tesla.
Tesla's autopilot features are designed to bring added levels of safety to its vehicles.
So he trusted the self-driving Tesla to stay on the road until it got near a hospital. The Tesla may have saved his life.
It definitely.
해당 내용은 너무 빨리 지나가서 제가 부연 설명을 좀 드리도록 하겠습니다. 4년 전에 이 사진 왼쪽에 보이시는 남성이 주인공인데요. 운전을 하고 집에 가던 도중에 가슴에 통증을 느꼈다고 합니다. 그래서 테슬라 차량이 이 운전자의 상황을 자동으로 파악해서 병원으로 간 것은 아니고요. 이 운전자가 재빨리 오토파일럿 기능을 활성해서 병원을 찍어서 테슬라 차량이 무사히 이 사람을 병원으로 데리고 갔다고 합니다. 그래서 단순히 주행 보조 장치가 아니라 어느 정도는 자율주행의 기능을 한다, 이런 취지로 이 사건을 소개한 것 같습니다.
It is one of the best level 2 systems on the road from a certain perspective. It handles many situations very, very well, but there are some shortcomings here.
For the most part, I completely trust it. There's been a couple times where it's actually taken me out of the way of pretty bad situations, from cars swerving into my lane or stopping immediately.
Musk has promoted autopilot as a safety system. In the owner's manual, it makes clear that hands should be on the wheel at all times, but Musk has retweeted people using the system inappropriately. There have been many documented instances of people abusing the system.
People are really creative, idiots. They're really, really good at finding ways to misuse the technology.
I drive about 70 miles a day. And being a young father, it's completely changed my experience of driving in that I'm no longer stressed out after an hour commute each way, if not longer.
While the added safety benefits of these driver assist features have not been verified, one European organization gave it a top safety pick. However, this was because of its emergency braking features, not self-driving.
Tesla used their brand name of Autopilot, but that is essentially very, very similar to other manufacturers like Volvo and Mercedes and Audi, who also produce driver assistance systems. And if there is a criticism of the Tesla system, it's probably that it's too authoritative and the driver can be lulled into a false sense of security.